What is nuclear power? Nuclear power is electric or motive-powered energy generated by a nuclear reactor.
Japan needs to import about 84% of its energy requirements. Its first commercial nuclear power reactor began operating in the mid 1966, and nuclear energy has been a national strategic proportion since 1973. This came under review following the 2011 Fukushima accident, but has been confirmed.
Some facts about the country of Brazil. Facts about the nuclear power in Brazil. Brazil has 2 nuclear reactors generating 3% of its electricity and the third under construction. It is commercial nuclear power reactor being operated in 1982. 4 more large reactors are proposed to come online in 2020. Brazil official Federative Republic of Brazil is the largest country in both South America and Latin American region. It is the world's 5th largest country, both by geographic area and by population.
Spain has 7 nuclear reactors generating a fifth of its electricity. Its first commercial nuclear power reactor began operating in 1968. There are plans for renewed uranium mining, as well as the government commitment to the future of nuclear energy in Spain has been uncertain, but has firmed up as the costs of subsidizing renewables became unaffordable, as well as the amount of solar energy tried to make an effort or a dent into the power of Spain. They became overwhelmed by the large plants that were already taken, and now some further evidence of nuclear waste harming what the government does not want us to know.
The United States is now facing a triple nuclear threat at exactly the same time. And the one that's most concerning is at the Los Alamos nuclear facility in New Mexico. Here's ABC.
Officials insist the nuclear material here is secure and there's no danger to the public. Glenn Walp isn't so sure. He worked as a top security official at Los Alamos a decade ago and says some nuclear waste is stored just about 3 miles from where the fire is now.
It contains approximately 20,000 barrels of nuclear waste. It's not contained within a concrete brick and mortar type building, but rather in sort of a fabric type buildings that a fire could easily...
The following is going to be pros and cons of nuclear power. Which they impact the environment, or do they cause more good than bad? The pros of nuclear power: it generates, thus emit relative low amounts of carbon dioxide or CO2. The emissions of greenhouse gases therefore contribute to the nuclear power plants to global warming is therefore relatively little. And it's also renewable. But there's plenty of cons, since the nuclear waste is there's no efficient way to be able to store it. And the energy source is uranium, so it's very scarce. So if we rely too much on atomic energy, we will use up all of our uranium, and we will have to look for another dependable energy source. And there's also no guarantee that there is 100% security safety. We have 2 courses of action to take from this event. We can either find a solution for this, or we will just hand off all of our problems to the next generation and let them deal with it. This graph shows all the possibilities we can take or take course of action to be able to solve this problem. We can either increase safety training, increase natural disaster training, safety classes for residential areas near reactors, reassure public of reactor safety, or we can mask meltdown drills or recycle more waste, avoiding placing near populations, or use other forms of power supplyment. As we all know, there will always be consequences. If we do not change what we're doing today, it will come and hurt us tomorrow. The time for change is now. The consequences of keeping atomic energy as our main resources, that there will be no new ones, that we're going to go out of business, it's going to cost too much, it's going to be cost by use by date time, which means that they have a certain amount of lifespan each reactor has. As we all know, there's always that one chance that a meltdown can occur, and when that happens, thousands, even millions of lives can be lost,